Would you ever trust a man you just met with your entire future? She did. Out of pure desperation, she hired a broke single dad who had nothing left but his hope, and what he did next didn't just save her restaurant, it changed both their lives forever. Stick with me until the end, because this is a story you don't want to miss. And if it touches your heart even once, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so more people can find stories like this one. Maya stood in the middle of her nearly empty restaurant, staring at the chairs stacked against the walls. The lunch rush had long passed, but only 3 tables had been filled, and even they had left early, complaining about the bland food. Her grandmother's restaurant, Casa Alma, had once been the pride of the neighborhood, famous for its warmth and soulful flavors. But since her grandmother's passing, Maya had tried everything to keep it alive, new menus, flashy advertisements, discounts, but nothing seemed to work. Every day, she watched her dream bleed out along with the last few coins in her pocket. That evening, while putting up a help-wanted sign outside, she muttered under her breath, "Please, God, send me someone who can save this place." The sign was barely taped when a tall man in a worn-out jacket approached. His shoes were scuffed, his hair unkempt, but his eyes carried both exhaustion and an unshakable kindness. "Excuse me," he said, voice low but steady. "Are you still hiring?" Maya almost laughed. He didn't look like a chef, or even a waiter. She asked for experience, a resume, something. He had none. All he had was a story. His name was Daniel. Once, he had been a line cook in a small family diner across town, but after his wife passed away suddenly, he had been forced to quit to take care of his little daughter, Lily. He had been bouncing between odd jobs, never able to hold on because employers didn't want a man who often had to leave early to pick up his child from school. Maya's first instinct was to turn him away. She needed someone reliable, not another broken soul. But then Lily peeked out from behind her father's leg, a tiny girl, holding onto a threadbare stuffed rabbit. Her big brown eyes met Maya's, and for some reason, Maya couldn't say no. "You can start tomorrow," she whispered, against her better judgment. The next day, Daniel showed up early with Lily by his side, helping set the tables with tiny hands. The staff looked at him skeptically, especially when he burned the first pot of soup. The head waitress rolled her eyes and whispered, "This is who she hired to save us?" Maya felt the sting of doubt, but something told her to give him one more chance. At lunch, with only 2 customers in the restaurant, Daniel quietly asked Maya if he could try making something his way. She sighed, not expecting much, but nodded. He disappeared into the kitchen, humming softly to Lily who sat on the counter watching him work. Within minutes, the air filled with a smell Maya hadn't felt in years, a warm, nostalgic aroma that seemed to hug the heart before it even touched the tongue. Daniel brought out steaming bowls of soup sprinkled with a blend of herbs and spices Maya had never seen before. The customers, who had been poking at their food earlier, took one bite and froze. Then another. Soon, the bowls were scraped clean, and they left with smiles and compliments, promising to return. "What did you put in it?" Maya asked, astonished. Daniel smiled faintly. "It's something my late wife taught me. She always said the secret ingredient isn't in the spice, it's in the care you stir into it. Food has to carry love, or it's just food." Word spread faster than Maya thought possible. Within a week, customers returned asking for the soup. Then they wanted the stew, the bread, the roasted chicken, everything Daniel touched seemed to come alive. Soon, people were lining up outside again, just like in her grandmother's time. But it wasn't just the food. Daniel treated every plate like a gift, and every customer like a friend. He knelt down to talk to children, smiled warmly at the elderly, and made people feel like they belonged. The restaurant was no longer just a business, it was becoming a family again. Yet not everything was smooth. The landlord, seeing the restaurant pick up, threatened to raise the rent sky high. Maya panicked. After all her debts, she couldn't afford another blow. One night, As she cried alone in her office, Daniel found her. He sat down across from her and simply said, "You're not alone. We'll figure this out together." And they did. Instead of cutting corners, Daniel proposed something bold. Open the doors to the community. Host free dinners once a month for struggling families. Invite local musicians to play for tips. Maya hesitated. It seemed insane when money was already so tight. But she trusted him. The next free dinner night, the restaurant overflowed. Families who couldn't normally afford to eat out came in, and paying customers joined to support the cause. The music, the laughter, the food, it turned the place into something bigger than business. And the very people they fed spread the word, becoming loyal patrons. Maya's restaurant wasn't just saved, it was reborn. But the most unexpected